Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hidden Magicks. We are going to jump right into recapping for tonight's story, but first let's have our players introduce themselves, and as always, we'll start on my right with the wonderful Alicia.
Hello, I'm Alicia, Energy 9, and I'll be playing Jade Minot, good old Shuren who's gotten paid to kill an arbiter. Yeehaw. Tossing it down to AJ.
Hi, I'm AJ, also known as Sushi Kid, and I'll be playing Keon. Um, just your normal bugbear, who's definitely not trying to look for an elder for a specific thing whatsoever.
Passing it on over to Milan.
Well, howdy. I'm playing Ren, and I will be assisting in the extermination of a few pests.
On over to Darby.
Hello, I'm Darby, and I'm playing Connie. You're a good old Shuren Bell cleric of Saloon.
Passing it up to D.
Hello, my name is D, and tonight I am playing Maltion, the Changeling Sorcerer.
And that brings us back to me. Hello everyone, I am Harper, and I will be your Dungeon Master for the evening. Now, previously on Hidden Magicks, our group of mercenaries, Jade, Keon, Maltion, and Connie, had been hired to take a contract to go and hunt down a group of bandits after having successfully done so together once before. They made their way to the Darmond Forest, where expecting to find a small town that had been attacked by bandits, they instead found a small military encampment that was being manned by a skeleton crew, including one arbiter. While they were there, they encountered someone from Connie's past. Not sure what class yet, but the person at home in the woods who took them to a conclave of what appear to be elves and friends living at home in the woods. They also met the twins under Ren's care, two gnome girls, and got to meet the ancestral trees as well, which are currently being threatened by the actions of the military. Where we left off was the group deciding that they needed a way to kill the Arbiter and the other members of the military to prevent the ancestral trees and all the people living here from being threatened. So, it is the next morning. You all have slept very comfortably in whatever places you have found to lay your head for the night. And we can go ahead and start with Maltion, who spent the night in the Ancestral Grove. Maltion, how are you feeling this morning?
Caught off guard by how relaxed and easily they slept. There's sort of a peaceful wake up and then the brief pulse of panic of not where am I, and then sit up and ease your breath before wandering back into town after gently grazing past a couple of trees on the way.
All right. How about you, Jade and Keon? The two of you were shown by one of the people living here, Reg, to a couple of tents last night to spend the night.
I mean, Jade just got paid very handsomely to her contract she wasn't going to get paid for, so Jade settles in pretty quick. Nice and easy.
I think Keon is gonna wake up and just strap up and get ready.
All right. And Connie, where did you find to lay your head last night?
In perhaps in Ren's accommodations.
All right.
Just catching up on lost time. Nothing happened. Just fell asleep talking. What is with the fingers? If Connie slept with
That's
someone,
what she said.
if Connie slept with someone, she would be very, very open about the fact that she got some dick. But right now, she's being honest.
I just made some hand motions. You real loud.
You
for
made
that.
some suggestive hand motions.
Well, Ren woke on the floor of his their domicile, and after an evening of catching up with an old friend, verbally, and then found themselves quickly dressed and ready in the morning.
All right. So you all make your way out into the main clearing of this, what really can only be called a conclave. Now that it is morning, you can see that there are many more people out and about. There aren't too many young people. The gnomes, the gnome twin girls that you met last night, do appear to be the youngest in the village. And you see that there are more than a few people who are going about their daily business. People who are going out to do some harvesting, people who are making their way, it looks like, to tend to certain areas of the forest, people who are taking this turn to be on watch. You can see that the two that you met last night, Sylvia and Reg, are taking this time to be spelled and are getting some rest. And the five of you meet up in the central clearing.
So, what's the plan for today?
Well, you all need to check back in unless suspicion's gonna be aroused. Unless that's what we want.
No, certainly not.
I'm just saying it would be handy if they're gonna come looking for you to set up an ambush.
Was not under the impression that they cared enough to come looking for us, if that were the
Didn't
case.
seem like it.
No, it just seemed like if you're dead, you're dead.
Yeah. So we'll go report back that, and we can honestly say we didn't find any bandits.
Sure.
Now, ain't that the truth?
Yes, that's why I said that.
I was just remarking. Sorry.
Remarkable.
Bit of a saying from my own little hamlet. Oh.
Question. The Ancestral Grove, it was very peaceful sleep. How do you know how long this forest has been here?
Any record, written or living, predate nothing predates the forest. Smaller now, but that's to be expected.
Yes. All right. Shall we?
Before we go, and Keon is going to step up to Ren and uh, pull him aside. It's like a moment.
Absolutely.
And after getting out of earshot, Keon's gonna ask Ren, I would like to speak to one of your elders here.
I don't really have the kind of sway you'd think.
It's
I
more
can
point.
try.
It's more point me. It's more point me in the right direction.
Right.
And I will talk to them myself.
To be clear, they ain't exactly my elders. I'm just helping out around here for the time being.
That is fine.
I don't like stepping on any toes, but I can see what I can do. And DM, I would like to see who is the elder I am most likely to be able to actually get Keon an audience with.
You're generally pretty well regarded here. There are 3 elders who generally run this place together. The one who you would have had the most to do with would have been Philoriel.
I will take I'll take you to Philly.
Thank you.
And I will lead just Keon over to Philoriel.
Alright. So Ren is leading Keon over to the very large tree at one end of the clearing, where you're going to find Philoriel inside. Maltion, can I get you to roll a perception check for me?
Sure. 19.
19. You see in the very corner of your eye what looks to be a cloaked figure. And you feel a chill run up your spine as though you are being beckoned in the direction of the ancestral grove.
God damn it. While, friends, while Keon speaks to the elders, I do believe I've left something in the ancestral grove. I'll be right back. No.
Oh.
Scamper off.
Looking
And
at
then
the
there were 2.
ancestral grove, does Connie see anything?
It was a good 5-minute walk away from the clearing. It's not just right off to the side. You don't see anything, no?
Alright, sounds good.
Damn.
And Connie and Jade, the 2 of you are left alone in the clearing. We'll start with Ren and Keon. Ren, you walk Keon across the clearing and open up the curtain that has been hung of mosses into what is a fairly large circular space. And you can see that there are fungi growing along the inner walls of this large, hollowed out cavern in this tree. You can tell that there would be enough space for at least 50 people to sit in here comfortably, if needed, on the floor. And you see sitting down on the far edge of the circular space, on the floor, legs crossed, appear to be deep in meditation, Philoriel, who is You can see dark auburn hair braided back and ears that come to a fine point. And Keon, you yourself haven't never really had anything to do with the elves. You've never met one before last night. And you have heard that they are a very long-lived species. And you can see signs of age beginning to show in this elf's face, in crow's feet and lines around the mouth.
Madam Valerial, this is Keon, one of the newcomers who's going to help us with a little bit of a problem. Keon, this is Madam Valerial, one of the elders of the Celestine commune.
Valoriel's eyes will open, and she will, in one very smooth motion, stand up from sitting cross-legged and cross the circle towards you with her arm extended. Say, "It is a pleasure to meet you, Keon."
And it's a pleasure to try to help your people.
We are deeply grateful. Is there something that I can assist you with?
Well, I wanted to know, potentially, I'm not saying that we will lose, but in the off chance that we do, what are your plans to evacuate? We're trying to at the very least, buy you as much time as needed to either protect your people or get away before they find you. But best case scenario, we drive them off / kill them, and you have even more time to prepare for more nuisances for a later time.
We, all of us here, are accustomed to life in the forest, and we can make ourselves scarce for as long as we need to redirect suspicion. In the extremely unfortunate event that we must relocate, we shall be able to. We can either try to make a new home in another section of the forest, or we can make pilgrimage to one of our sister communes.
Alright, that alleviates some way for me. On Keon's face, it's kind of clear that that's not really why he wanted to see them. Just...
Young Ren, I wonder if I might ask you to go take special care of making sure the twins know who they are going to be following for the next couple of days while you are indisposed.
Let me take a shine into Reg. I'll see if I can ask him to do something like that. And I thank you, of course, for your time. And Ren will bow and walk out while still bowing.
I can see that something is troubling you, Keon.
You, from my understanding, all of you are magical beings, correct?
That is true.
And you have more an affinity for magic than most.
We never forgot the old ways of living in tune with the land around us. And in return, the three goddesses have blessed us with many gifts, including among them some small magics.
Has being around magic made you sick before?
I can't say that it ever has. Magic, as it ought to be, makes one feel whole. But corrupted magic, magic as it should not be, that might make someone ill indeed.
I mean, I get these when I'm around people or things or just areas as like this forest. I get certain feelings and kind of sensory cues from them. For like in this forest, I feel, especially when I was closer to the ancestral grounds, I was more calm and welcomed. And while walking through the forest, I felt an incredible sadness, but with someone like the priestess, I was blinded shortly. And this has never happened before.
Floria will take a step closer to you until she is fairly in your personal space. She is rather tall. She comes up to your chin, and she lifts her hand and says, "May I?"
When she lifts her hand, like Keon like flinches, but kind of like forces himself to like relax.
"I will not harm you. You're our guest."
Sorry, just instincts.
And she will bring her hands up to touch either side of your face and close her eyes. And you feel a wave of magical energy flow over you. And she has her eyes closed in concentration. And you find your memory flashing back to the day that your brother was taken from you. You find your memory flashing back to watching him in the square. You flash through nights spent in the cold, on the run. And you see that she opens her eyes, brings her hands away, and says, "You have experienced great sorrow for one who is so young. And it is preventing you from accessing what connection might be yours. It's already trying to fight through. You can feel it. That is what allows you to sense what is around you. I believe that if you continue to try to tap into these feelings around you, instead of shying away from them, perhaps you might discover something that's been within you."
Okay. And Keon is gonna step back and take out his glaive and just kind of look at it for a sec. And just holds it and is like, yeah, sure, alright. Trauma blocking hidden potential. Got it. I guess I just have to figure this out on my own or something. I just don't. Okay. Yeah.
You'll never feel fully yourself as long as you feel like you are prey.
Well, I don't know if you saw what I just recollect, but kind of hard not to feel like prey. Especially in these times.
I have faith in you, Keon.
Yeah. Another one did, and me as well. And Keon's gonna leave. Thank you for clearing things up a little bit. And he's gonna go back to the clearing.
All right. Connie and Jade, what have you two been doing while Keon, Ren, and Maltion are away?
So, you and Ren, huh?
Sorry, what do you mean?
What do I mean? Well, it looks like you're looking to set a little fire together, is what I'm saying.
Oh, you think we didn't sleep together? Trust me, I'd kill you.
That's not inherently what I meant. I meant more of the fire, because rekindle a relationship, as it were, is what I meant. But sure.
We were childhood friends. We're catching up.
But you are planning to sleep with Ren.
Not out of the cards. We'll see where the night takes us. If we survive the night, that is, because,
Oh, well, we're going to survive it. I have money to spend now. Of course we will.
Well, long as we'll see what happens if both Ren and I survive the night and we're not on the lam, then maybe. Who knows? It's been a while since I've seen Ren. They've changed quite a bit.
If you say so, you have the best gauge on that sort of thing. Are you sure you're going to be okay with this upcoming battle that's going to happen?
How do you mean?
Well, you seemed to rather hesitant to kill people in the last thing. Not saying there wasn't a reasonable reason behind it, but there was hesitance. You can't hesitate this time. Everybody's got to go.
Last time we were trying to bring them in alive. And we weren't fighting to protect people. This time, if we don't, a lot of others will die. She's just gonna look off at the place where the twins were. I'm not really looking to get, looking to let the Arbiter get a chance at these people. I know what happens to people like them in the Empire.
Do you?
We travel around enough, you hear stories. On occasion you see things that perhaps you you never want to see again.
Fair enough, I suppose. Seriously though, how did that bird thing work? I've literally never seen that in my life.
Has Connie ever seen that in her life before?
You certainly have never seen Ren do anything like that before.
I've never seen it before either.
Just
I'm
sort of took it
astounded.
in stride then.
Yeah. I had an inclination as to who. I've seen the real J.J. Abrams play right now. Oh, that was. Aha. I had an inclination as to who sent the message.
What was it not? Ren? I thought it was.
No, it was Ren. Before, when I received the sparrow, I had an inclination before we received the sparrow that who was out there. That we might be running across them too.
What did you do before you came to Saloon?
Moved around quite a bit. Was a grew up in Shira. My family was always very religious and worshipped at a saloon, so found my way to the church. Why'd you
That's
ask?
far more straightforward than I guess.
What'd you guess? I'm so curious, Jade. What did you think?
Not straightforward. Thought you did something else and then came to the church.
Something else,
Honest
like
to
what?
goodness. Well, you got that hammer. Seemed like you knew what you were doing with that. Or you might have scrapped a little bit before you went and got all moony.
Did Jade see my hammer?
You did really try to hide it. Like, I didn't necessarily see, she didn't necessarily see where you pulled it from, but she saw you had a hammer.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, holy crap. Why is it so... Well, priestesses are trained in many different things, especially if you're wandering around. Mercy is good, but Saloon is also not tolerant of the intolerant as much.
Decaps a no-go, but kneecaps are fuzzy. Got it.
Mm-hmm. My personal anthem.
Alright.
Do you have any more questions for me, Jade, or does that satisfy your curiosity for now?
For now. Generally, I leave people to their business, and then they leave me to mine. Besides, I'm assuming at some point the others are going to come back.
Yeah, I assume so. Why was Maltion left in the woods? Not like they were carrying a lot of stuff with them.
Oh, I'm
Speaking
sure
of
they didn't
which-
leave anything.
Speaking of which, we are going to go over and switch to Malthion's perspective. And Malthion, you are following the beckoning feeling that you have back toward the ancestral grove. And when you arrive, you see that it is free of people. There doesn't seem to be anyone here at the moment.
I want to take my disguise out of my bag from my disguise kit, and I want to just I want to take the part up. It's a big trench coat with a collar. And I want to put the collar up and just hide as much of myself as I can and put my back to where I know the village is. And I will make myself look like a changeling and go, "What?"
And you will see pooling behind a tree just at the corner of your vision, a cloaked figure amasses and then floats out to greet you. And says, "So, you have discovered the stories of those who once lived here."
Yes, it is very interesting, and I'm trying to make sure that it stays preserved in the bark. Which is going to be difficult if someone sees me speaking to you.
I think that perhaps the time has come for a test for you.
What does that mean?
I believe that you are uniquely attuned to those who are no longer here. You feel us. You see us. But just being able to feel and see us is not enough to be the protector of our stories. Prove that you are capable of protecting the spirits of those who live here, who are at rest. And I will help you speak for them.
The whole forest. It's like they're in the trees, in the dirt and the grass and the wind. It's so much different than in the city.
Yes, those who lived here knew how to make sure that their spirits lived on beyond death. It is an art that has been lost to time in much of the world. But just because they have found a way to carry on beyond death does not mean that they are immortal. And if their trees are destroyed, they too will be.
That's not going to happen.
Show me how you can protect us, and I will see what I can do to help you.
Multion will nod and turn back into a half-orc.
And the shadow will fade into the ground.
I will make my way back to the party and say, almost forgot my trench coat. Now then, I believe we're ready.
And about this time, Keon is making his way out of the council room with the elder. And Ren, you can have dropped off the twins with Reg. What's your plan?
I would like to just say one thing,
Go for
is that Ren has now a tiny flower garland that the twins made hanging on the brim of the hat, and I wish I had one in real life.
Oh, well, ain't that cute?
Yeah, surprisingly, they actually found some thistles that's going to be useful, and I'll stick some of the sprigs into the herb pouch on my side.
You probably shouldn't touch that with your hands.
Too many calluses to feel anything.
Oh, ballsy, isn't that? No.
To feel anything? That's disappointing.
What?
Hmm?
I don't... What?
What?
We should report back.
Yeah.
Doop doo. Juggle.
So
So,
let's go back. Lead the way, Ren.
So, as we're walking, um, are we planning to report back, or are we going into this fight guns blazing?
Well, we can't go in guns blazing, then there we won't catch them by surprise now, will we?
I say we try and smooth talk them out of thinking we discovered anything, and if that goose gets cooked, we can cook them.
Again, we can honestly say we did not find bandits. So,
Yeah, exactly. And if they don't believe us and try and pull some shenaniganery, then we can end
and then
the shenaniganery. Perfect.
looking at Ren, I'm assuming you'll be all sneaky and unseen for this meeting, and you're just leading us out.
Oh, certainly. I was thinking of actually finding a little bit of help if we can get some.
That works too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you can lead us out, if you can lead us out, you can head back and get your reinforcements ready.
I'm not going to put anyone in the commune in danger.
We'll do whatever preparations you need to do.
I was hoping for a bit more of a furry friends, actually.
Do you have a squirrel army?
Now, I wasn't thinking squirrels, but I could if necessary.
Honestly, I have no idea what you do. That was a sincere question. That was not sarcastic. Can you do that?
Hypothetically.
Well,
But I feel something more effective might be in measure.
well, here's hoping that they have better aim than you did.
I knew you'd bring that up. Alright, let's just go.
Listen, I mean, nothing against people that preferences for ass, but shooting me straight there, pretty on the
It was
nose.
a shot at over 200 feet. It's a miracle it hit you at all.
You shouldn't have hit me to begin with.
I didn't know that you were you. It's hard to tell at night on account of something else.
Or kind of something else. It's a funny way to
Maltion would
say that you're on
just
drugs.
lean over to Jade and go, adorable.
Oh, very much so. It's cute, really.
Yes.
Right, I'm gonna lead you down this path real quick, and then I'll see if I can find myself a nice mount.
All right.
Hmm.
And are you looking
Mount.
for a mount while you are leading them, or are you going to lead them first?
I'll lead them first, but if I can spot a suitable stag or creature for a animal friendship spell.
All right. Go ahead and roll me your perception check as you all are making your way back toward the logging camp.
I would like to have my head on a motherfucking swivel.
Of course, anyone who'd like to, go ahead and make your perception checks now.
17.
Do I make
I definitely have my character sheet open. Yes, I do.
Yes,
That's
Connie, yours is
11.
made at advantage.
I've got 11.
14.
23.
Well, okay. Jade. You have seen quite a bit of the world before, but you have never been in a forest that feels quite like this. This deep into the forest, the trees are hundreds of feet tall, and even though it is daytime and there is light, you find that you don't see very many patches of the sky. And it is rather disorienting for someone like yourself who likes to keep things out in the open. But you are honestly taken in by the scenery here. These trees are massive. Three honestly, Keons could not wrap their arm around some of these trees. And it is, in a word, beautiful. Keon and Maltion, you find yourselves attempting to keep an eye out, but dwelling on the conversations you have had this morning. What they might mean for your pasts or your futures. And it's rather difficult to keep your minds in the here and now. Ren, you are doing your best to guide them out, and you know these paths like the back of your hand already, even after just a week in this forest. As you're walking, you don't see anything quite so large as a stag. You do see some of the wildlife of the forest coming out, soothed by your presence. They're already used to you. You see a family of possums running along one of the trees. You at one point hear what you think must be a rabbit who's breaking its way through the undergrowth. You do see several squirrels, and you hear many, many birds overhead. They are filling the morning with song. Connie, you, again, are rather used to running through the forest with Ren, and honestly, it feels good to be back, and you feel like your senses are more awake than they have been in a while. And you are drinking in every aspect of what is around you, the sights, the smells, the sensations. And you are very, very aware of everything around you. But that being said, you don't sense any threats. This part of the forest is in no way malicious. You feel, all of you, in your chest that you are welcome here. And it takes approximately 2 hours of walking to make your way back toward the military encampment where you left the previous night. I would say at this time it is probably getting on toward midday. What would you like to do?
Well, Ren, you should probably wait outside of the encampment. At the very least.
If you're reporting back that nothing's the matter, what's the plan?
Well, we'll have to fix our cart. I suppose we can leave the way we came.
It's also possible you could say you found something, lead them deep into the forest, fight them there.
Again, are you sure you want us to point them in? Because they know we went westward. Are you sure you want us to point them in that direction?
Doesn't matter how far west you're gonna go. The path ain't that easy to find.
That is true enough. All right, so are we going to say we found nothing? Or we found, I don't know, signs of humanoid life? What are we going with here?
I think it'd be better. It might be better to just lie to them, make them think.
I mean, we could say we haven't seen anything yet, and we can go back out. I don't know. I want to see. The thing is, I want to see how much they have discovered. I know they're not going to discover anything, but how much ground they have covered.
Yeah.
And because if they have, granted, they've had more days here than us. So if we say that haven't found anything yet, they're more, and they've already found they have already covered a lot of ground in their respective areas. They're going to send more people in this direction to cover more ground. So it's
How about this? We can honestly say we didn't see any bandits, but we saw what might be some. We found some what might be some humanoid tracks heading west, but lost the trail. Trailed it for a bit, went to sleep, tried a little bit more in the morning, lost it.
Couldn't find
Which
anything
again,
double back.
considering how twisted turny that path is, not really a lie from my perspective.
All right.
Yeah.
So we couldn't find any. We thought we saw something, couldn't find anything. Doubled back, came back, reported that, and I
In the
guess
spirit
we'll.
of cooperation,
of course.
people
Of
like
course.
hearing that.
Yeah. All right, and then I guess we'll play it by ear.
Here do.
Shall we?
We shall.
Certainly.
All right. So the four of you make your way back toward the clearing that you can just see at the very edge of the trees, and Ren, you make your way deeper back into the forest. We'll start with Ren. You rolled a survival check. What was your survival check?
I rolled a 21.
A 21. Alright, it will take you the better part of 15 or 20 minutes, but you know the territories here, you know where creatures are most likely to be, and you do find where you know to be a small wolf pack sleeping for the day. They appear to be resting.
I will make noise. Enough to wake up maybe not quite the alpha, but one of the larger looking individuals.
Alright, how do you go about doing so?
I'll cast Speak with Animals and clear my throat.
Alright. So you cast Speak with Animals and go. Alright. There are about 6 wolves resting here, and you see that 2 of them, their eyes flash open and lift up, and begin casting about for you with their smell until they lock in on you. And they go, forest? Man? Person?
Friend.
Friend.
Or at least can be. Do you like your home?
It is a good home.
Are you willing to fight for it?
Fighting is what we do.
There are some bad people here who want to take this home away from a lot of folks, not just you.
And you hear the 2 who woke up snarl and hackles raise, and the other wolves on the ground begin to awaken as well.
Ren will...
Our home.
Our home. And I want your help in helping protect it.
Bad people we will help.
Sounds good to me. And I will look to the alpha of the group, the older. I'm assuming there's one that's older and a little grizzled.
Yes, there is.
And what should I call you? Commander of your little group?
You call me Chief. These are Singer, Hunter, Digger, Tracker, and mother. Naming the other wolves in the party.
I didn't quite catch. I got Chief, Singer, Hunter, Mother, Tracker, and what was the last one?
Digger.
Digger. Come on, you can't forget Digger. That's the best one.
Really dig that name.
Right. And I will lead them back to the encampment, and I will describe the friends of ours and the tin person who is our enemy.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an animal handling check just to see how well you do so. You make it at advantage.
Thank goodness I took 24, and thank goodness for that advantage, because I rolled a 4 and an 18.
Okay. Good to know.
I was about to have to put down some dogs again if you failed.
Absolutely not.
The
If wolves start attacking me, I'm going to retaliate.
The rest of you are making your way into the clearing, and you can see that there is a soldier who is resting, leaning against the log cabin that you entered last night. Appears to be keeping watch, and is a little, honestly, dozing. There's a lot of sun in the clearing. It's a very warm, pleasant fall day, and in his full armor, he appears to just be... Oh, hello. Glad to see you made it back. Wasn't sure if you were gonna be showing up again.
Yeah, we had to make camp out there while we were looking around. Is Annabelle back?
She sure is. She's running things. We're all sticking together right now. There's so few of us. She's right in here. You can go in, and he'll reach and knock on the door behind me. Go, Annabelle! Mercenaries are back. And you can hear from inside a call of, well, tell them to come in.
Connie will head in.
Time to walk inside.
Alright.
Walk inside.
I will stand by the door.
Stand
Try
by
to.
me.
Try to stay as far away from her as possible.
Alright. And Keon, you do need to, honestly, it's a little uncomfortable to stand in here. This is a thrown together log cabin. It's not nicely, like, super nicely constructed, and it was not built for someone of your stature, so you do have to kind of hunch while standing in here. It's not the most comfortable.
Nope.
And you all see as you walk inside that there is, on that table that they were sitting around last night, there is a map of the area spread out, and you can see that Annabelle, as well as the 4 other soldiers, seem to be standing around and making markings on the map. As you get closer, you can see that they are gradually crossing out, very methodically, sections of the forest.
How many sections are left on this map?
It's a fairly large forest, and they appear to only have... They started up in the north, where the logging camp was, and then went eastward. There's very little left to the east of your current location. Maltion, roll me an intelligence check.
Wonderful. That's my primary stat.
Yeah,
that's
because you're a wizard, right?
15. Yes, I am a druid. Thank
A
you.
15. As you get a little bit closer to this map and you look at it, you see that it is a map that has the necessary notations around the edge to demonstrate coordinates. And you realize that the location of the camp and where you are standing is pretty much exactly on the coordinates that you saw in the mayor's office.
Mm.
And Annabelle will
I
say,
mean-
"Oh, good to see that you made it alive. What have you found?"
Would I have noticed that too, since I know the coordinates as well?
Yes, you
I
would have
did
noticed that
so.
as well, most likely, although you are standing further back. So
I mean, I'm looking above everyone.
Well,
Well, no, please.
this not nothing. We thought we saw some tracks as we headed out west, but we lost them after a while. Decided to make camp and then double back.
Well, it's a shame that you lost them, but westward does seem to be our best direction. We've pretty much eliminated eastward as an option, so we can redouble our efforts and have every one of us search west, cover more ground that way.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see anything?
Didn't see any bandits.
Well, no. As she mentioned, we began to see the beginnings of tracks, but unfortunately this forest gets quite dense the further west you go, and we couldn't keep pace with them.
I'm gonna need you to make a deception check.
Which, both of us?
We will say that it is... Either one of you can make the check, the other one is considered to be assisting, so whoever makes the check will be at advantage.
Which one of us has a higher deception?
+8.
Yeah, you can get advantage. There you go. Woo!
27.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Got a 19 and a 10, so appreciate that.
Okay.
I'll do.
Say. Alright, that's a shame, but... I mean, it is what it is, hiring mercenaries.
Insight
We'll...
check.
Go ahead.
Boopity boop boop boo. Insight is 27.
Alright, and what is it that you were looking to find out?
Whether she believed what Maltion and I said.
Yes, she believes to believe you.
Yes.
You can tell that she doesn't think that highly of you all.
Ah, gotcha. She thinks we dumb as fuck. That, you know what? That'll work to our advantage.
She thinks that you all are run-of-the-mill mercenaries, and she did not expect much better than this. But you
I
are
will
more
giggle and say
eyes
thank
and
you
hands on
kindly.
the job.
Thank you kindly.
Anyway, we've had a bit of a rest here, and if you got some shut-eye last night, then I say there's nothing to stop us from heading back out. We can form an extended line and sweep that way.
I think that sounds like a... Ooh, Maltion, you're muted.
I said sounds good.
Alright. Then let's move out. And you see the other soldiers will buckle their swords back onto their belts and swing bows on their backs. And
How many
Annabelle
are there?
will grab what is truly a massive great sword from the wall and sling it across her back.
How many people total are there?
It is her and it is 5 soldiers.
Okay. I would like to... Because sending does not require... Oh no, but I don't want to do this in front of an arbiter. I will wait. She can walk in front of me.
Okay.
And... I'd like to wait very bad.
Alright. So tell me, what are you letting her lead the way out west, or is one of you attempting to help?
I'm gonna cast
She
Sending.
knows what she's doing. Fearless leader. You go
Mm.
ahead and lead that charge.
Alright.
When she's a distance away from me, and not looking at me, I'd like to cast Sending to Ren.
Okay. You can let yourself trail back. The soldiers are generally following her lead. I would say that in order for you to know that you can safely cast Sending, because it does actually have a verbal component,
It
Um,
does? What the shit?
I would say that you can say that you're 20 feet back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm keeping an eye on her
All right.
to see if she's reacting to anything I'm doing.
Okay. I mean, she does appear to halt at the edge of the clearing, bend down, look at markings,
Ca-
and head off generally in the direction that you came from last night.
Cool. I'm casting Send into Ren. 5, and the Arbiter. Heading west. Be prepared for a fight. Come.
Almost started talking while muted. The pack and I are ready. Stay safe. See you then, friend.
All right. And you can see that she's made her way a good distance into the trees by now. She is a good 30 feet in. What are the other three of you doing? Well, Connie is holding back to cast Sending.
I would like to. I want to pretend like I'm waiting on Connie. Then, with my back to the others, I want to cast Intellect Fortress on myself.
Okay. Kian and Jade, what are you doing?
If you're hanging out near Connie, Jade's just gonna kind of, let's say, prepare mentally. Stay on her toes.
Yeah, Keon's gonna have his glaive out, and he's gonna be. You know what? Switch it up. He's gonna have his warhammer out, and he's gonna just be. Just do be walking. Do be walking.
Connie's
Okay.
gotta
Making sure at least at either one or two of them are within 15 feet of him.
Okay. And after a bit, she'll pause and she's looking around and she'll see that you all aren't with her and she'll call over her shoulder. Hurry up, you three.
Sorry. I get so lost in these woods.
And
That's right. Jade was keeping up with.
Oh, okay, I see. So you two. And keep weapons out. These woods might be dangerous. You never know when the bandits might be trying to get a jump on you.
Oh, I'm just a caster.
Alright, well, be ready to cast.
Jade will have her, in that case, with that direction, Jade will have, my stats is higher, her crossbow at the ready then.
And you can see that about half the soldiers, 3 of the soldiers have their longbows strung and ready to go with an arrow held at the ready. And 2 of them have their longbows strung but on their back, and they are carrying with their swords out.
I want the 2 sword people to be within 15 feet of me.
That's fairly easy to accomplish.
Can Connie walk kind of closer to the bow people?
Sure. All right.
How about the hands in the pockets?
I will. Can I do like? Can I just be like reaching out telepathically for Ren with my bonus action as we're walking? So just because he has to be within 30 feet for me to establish the telepathic link. So can I just like? Would he not be that close?
I don't think Ren would risk being quite that close. Can you establish the link with the wolf?
No. It's gotta be a humanoid.
Shame.
I
I
want.
am going to send you a message, Harper.
Okay.
Or at least certainly Ren wouldn't be 30 feet on a flat plane.
Speaking out of character,
Mm-hmm.
I think Ren should be the one that starts this, right?
I think so.
Oh, I was gonna wait till the wolves get impatient.
Yeah. I mean, I was just trying to think of a way that we could impart that, because I don't want to spend a spell slot to cast Sending.
Yeah. I think ideally we would... That clearing, right? Is it probably a good place for an ambush? No cover for them?
Mm-hmm.
Let
Yeah,
them...
but they're not. We're not leading them. They're walking, so we
Yeah.
don't know that they'll head that way.
Are they heading roughly that way, Harper? Towards that clearing?
They are. They seem to be actually roughly following the path that you took last night. She seems to be a fairly competent tracker.
Oh, so she's following our footsteps.
Yes.
Okay. So she's gonna hit that clearing. We can,
Mm-hmm.
as they go in, use that as a
Mm-hmm.
pinch off point.
Nope.
Nope.
And yeah, I mean, I have nothing else to. I'll just watch burn holes in the back of this arbiter as we're walking.
Yes, Jade, that is no problem. You can absolutely do that.
Cool beans.
So all of you are trying to, as surreptitiously as possible, prepare for a fight. Let's see.
Hands in the pockets.
Pockets.
All right. The soldiers generally tend to be very focused on their task. They're kind of casting out to the side every now and then to look for more tracks, but they're very much following Annabelle's lead. Annabelle will occasionally be looking back at you all to make sure you're keeping up, and at one point she looks at the group of you and says, "You know, there's no need to be so nervous."
With all
Nervous about what?
due respect, ma'am, you are far stronger than us. I feel like your power is giving you comforts. It's, for lack of a better term, it's creepy in here. Feels like the trees are watching us.
That's old superstition. Trees can't watch you, they're trees. And she'll take her greatsword and she will chop it sideways and get it partially stuck in a trunk. See? Can't hurt you.
I guess she wants us to leave that subject alone.
I guess we have to embark all together.
You know, branch out into other superstitions.
See what we can root out in these woods.
And she
Really?
wrenches the blade out from the tree and resumes walking.
Maltion is going to mutter very quietly in Infernal and say, "God, I'm going to enjoy this."
You say that out loud?
I say it quietly, but I do say it out loud, yes.
An infernal.
Yep.
Perception time!
Oh,
Connie's just whistling.
She rolled a natural 1 on her perception check.
Still ears shit.
Oh
Arbor says what?
last.
Arbiter says what?
Looks like we're really striking at the root of the problem then.
Alright.
And
And
a rude pun.
you all have been walking now with the Arbiter and soldiers for about half an hour, and you know that you're definitely going a bit quicker than you were last night. It's not as dark as it was, and you are approaching the clearing in which you first spoke with Ren.
Can I give myself Vigilant Blessing?
Yes, you can.
Just boop. Stop slapping stuff. I guess. What's she doing?
So is it lighter but starting to get darker? Like how close are we to approaching the darker part of the day?
So it's now just after noon. It's like 1 p.m.
Okay, never mind. So I
Yeah,
was gonna see if it was feasible to light a torch at this point, but not really. So we're good.
No, sun is very much high in the sky at the moment.
Okay. Scrap that then.
Ren, where are you hiding with your wolf pack?
I will be. I will have been following off to the side, about 70 feet away from the. Let's say more about like 50. The wolf pack will be in front of me, closer to the side where the if they're allowing me to give them orders, closer to the side where the soldiers are, and they will know to go for the two on the edges first and work inwards.
Okay, so you're kind of trailing the party at the moment.
Kind of more off to this, like at a diagonal, ahead of them and to the side.
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check, and I will roll for your wolves.
Can I have used a certain ability of mine to make all the wolves have an additional 10 bonus too?
Wow,
Yes,
what
you
ability
could
could
do
that
that.
be? I have no fucking idea.
It's my rogue ability.
All right.
Oh, thank goodness. That's a cool 30 then.
What is the wolves' dex bonus?
Wolves have a dexterity bonus of 2, but they're proficient in stealth, so it'd be plus 14 for all of them.
Plus 14 for all of them. That is good news for you, because they rolled a 2, a 5, and a 10 collectively for the 6 of them. There are times at which the Arbiter pauses and holds up her hand. Seems to hear something. And waves you all forward. You keep going. She'll hear something again, she'll stop you. And then wave you forward. And you are very close to the clearing at this point. It's a small meadow. Just maybe 50 feet of open space in any direction in there. And you're maybe 30 seconds of walking away from hitting it.
Let them walk in to the clearing.
Okay.
I'm assuming we're gonna get a sign at some point.
I kind of, just out of character, kind of imagining letting them go into the clearing first so we still have tree cover. If that makes sense.
Would you have communicated this beforehand?
I don't know. Would we have
Kind of hard to.
I want...
Can we do an insight against Connie to see if we could pick up on that being our intention?
Tell you what I'm gonna do. There are 5 of you.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to roll 5d6s. The number that come up with the same number will influence how in sync you all are right now. That is the best way I can do this, because you did not plan this
Alright.
beforehand.
No, sure didn't.
Yep.
No, we didn't. It's on us. Hopefully God doesn't shit in our dinner.
I rolled a 6, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 1. You 5 are not in sync. You do not have time to plan this out right now. You all are going. What are you doing?
Cool.
Ren's gonna do what they messaged you that they were gonna do, and then beckon the wolves to go.
And
Okay.
And Jade, based on her prep that I told you about, gonna be up a tree.
Okay, so we're gonna start then with Ren's action. And all of a sudden, just as the Arbiter's feet hit the clearing, from underneath her, and what is the radius of this, Ren?
20 feet, so it will also hit the two.
On either side
What's
of
it
her.
called? Yes, and none of the party.
All right. From underneath the Arbiter's feet and spiraling outward, a mass of spikes and points grow out of the ground in a huge circle and catch the Arbiter and 2 of her soldiers. One with bow, one with a sword. And they need to make saving throws. Or are they just injured?
No, whenever they move in the area, they take damage.
Gotcha.
Automatically. No save.
Okay.
No, this is a ranger feature. I made caltrops. I mean rogue feature.
See, called it.
Nope, definitely said rogue.
Called it.
You all are talking
Called
about.
it.
All right. So, Ren, you have created a spike growth underneath the Arbiter's feet, and you are signaling for two wolves to go in for the soldiers at the sides. Roll attacks for them.
Okay, they both have advantage, correct?
Are they with? I believe Pack Tactics is within 5 feet of an ally, correct?
Yeah, but they're allies to each other, I'm assuming.
They're going in together on the same person.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, they would have advantage.
And the first wolf.
Tactics?
It would be 17 for the first wolf.
That is going to miss.
And the other wolf rolled a 5.
That is going to miss. So 2.
Oh, not a 5, a 7, but it doesn't matter.
So 2 wolves lunge out of the undergrowth at one of the soldiers. Are you going for the one with one of the ones with the bow, or the one with the sword?
Whichever one is on the side that I'm closer to.
So the sword. So they lunge at the remaining soldier with a sword in hand, and he luckily had his sword out and ready and manages to deflect both wolves' attacks. And you hear Annabelle yell, "Ambush!" And you all get 1 surprise round against the soldiers. So let's all roll initiative.
I get advantage!
Yes, you do.
Oh, thank goodness. I am notorious for rolling the worst stealths. I have a character with +7 initiative, and I never roll above 11.
Gotcha.
Let's roll. Oh god, don't roll that one. I want to roll this one. No, this one.
20.
Okay, hold on. I'll call for initiatives in just a moment.
Sorry.
You're totally fine. All right. Any initiatives 20 or higher? Jade got a 20. Keon?
20.
20. Both of you are tied. I will let the 2 of you decide who goes first.
What's your dex?
+2.
I go first.
All right. Anyone between 15 and 20?
I got an 18.
18. All right. Did you roll initiative for your wolves? Roll for them as a group. All of them will go
Okay.
at once.
Oh no, they rolled a 4.
Okay.
That's plus their dex?
Yeah, they rolled.
Between 10 and 15. Connie?
14.
14. Okay. Between 5 and 10?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, my sweet Bobby. My sweet, sweet Bobby.
Screaming inside.
All right.
Ah, it's great.
And as she yells, but doesn't appear all that surprised, ambush! Is where we'll take our first break. So, figure out what your first turns of combat are going to be, my players. You who are watching, go grab a quick drink of water, get a snack, take your bio break. We will be back in 10 minutes for our first ever fight with an arbiter. See you then. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hidden Magicks. Just before the break, our party got the jump, or so they thought, on the Arbiter that they are attempting to take out, as well as her soldiers. She unfortunately seems less than surprised. So we are going to go ahead and start our one surprise round against this group with Jade. What are you doing first?
So, I said the plan was to be up a tree for the purposes of this. So she wants to, and the tree she wants to get up, she wants to be able to, because how are the soldiers sort of formed? Are they vaguely line-ish?
So the soldiers have, they're fairly spread out. Those with bows are within about 15 feet of each other. The ones with swords, again, within about 10 feet of each other. She is 20 feet away from both groups in the middle of the spike growth.
Okay, that's what I mean. My range, I got 100 feet, so I'm more worried about the line. Like how many of them can I draw a line through from me to them, depending on which tree I climb.
If you took the time to find the correct tree, you could probably draw a line of up to 3 of them.
I can. What's my thing? My thing that I know how. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I just yeah, I can use because I can use dash action in difficult terrain. Doesn't cost me extra to try and like get in the right position to do that. And I have 10 more feet of speed. 10 more speed of feet. Speed. You know what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'd say that if you're using your action to dash, you can pretty easily dash to a tree and then use your movement to climb up enough to get a good line of sight where you've got... You could think that you can hit definitely 2 of them in a straight line, maybe 3 of them. And that is your action movement for the turn.
That is perfectly fine. I want to set up for that shot.
Okay. Next up is Keon. What are you doing?
So, Keon is going to get within 10 feet of the 2 sword soldiers.
Alright. So you also have the 2 wolves then within 10 feet of you?
Mm-hmm. And I am going to... I'm going to swing my warhammer
Alright.
at the soldier that's not getting attacked right now.
Okay, so they both attack. The wolves attacked the one who is not currently in the spike growth, so you're swinging at the one who's in the spike growth.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, alright.
That is gonna be 22 to hit.
A 22 will hit. You make it past the... He's reeling from the spikes that are growing underneath his feet, and he's left his shield open, his sword open, and you manage to hit him straight in the stomach.
And I am going to expend one of my superiority die
Oh, okay.
to use a menacing attack.
Alright, what does menacing attack do?
So, I hit a creature with a weapon attack. I can expend one superiority die to attempt to frighten the target. I add superiority die to the damage roll, and you must make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage, and what is the DC for your savings throw?
My DC is 16.
Ugh, rolled exactly a 16.
Damn it. Oh well, it's fine. That is going to be 14 damage.
14 damage, alright. So he looks fairly well ouched at the moment from that.
Cool. And then I'm gonna swing at the other one.
Alright, go ahead.
That is going to be a 21.
That one will also hit. He looks fairly preoccupied with the wolves and doesn't see you coming up behind him. You manage to slam into his back. How much damage are you doing?
I'm going to use another superiority die to use maneuvering attack.
All right.
So I am going to. So with maneuvering attack, I add a superior die to my attack damage, and I choose a friendly creature who can see or hear me. That creature can use its reaction to move up to half its speed without provoking opportunity attacks from the target of your attacks.
Okay.
So, who needs to move? Who wants to get a more advantageous position?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Have Ren close.
All right, cool. So that is that was a bad roll with damage, but that is going to be 11 damage. Am I rolling that right? Yes, I am. All right, 11 damage, and Ren can move half of his movement. Use his reaction to move half of his movement.
So you call out to Ren to tell him to get in here. And
Ren will move a bit flanking around the side in order to get a good line on the soldiers, but more importantly be closer to their companions.
All right, pretty easy to do. Yep. And you dealt 11 damage, that's correct?
Yes, 11 damage to them.
All right. Next up is Ren.
Oh, I'm going to use my bonus action to go into my defensive stance.
Go for it.
Immediately, Ren is going to lock eyes with Annabelle and mark Annabelle as their slayer's prey.
All right.
Connie's freaking out. And then Ren will loose an arrow at Annabelle and then loose an arrow at one of the soldiers. The one that is not in the spike growth but still near Keon.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
Well, we'll see if the thing hits Annabelle first, because I might shoot at her twice. I'm assuming 15 don't cut it, do it.
15 does not hit.
Then I'll go ahead and fire again.
Okay.
That's a 27.
A 27 will hit.
Okay, glad you said that. And I'm also going to expend Favored Foe to give me a d6 on each, on my first attack roll.
Okay.
So that will be for my damage, 1d8 plus 2d6. Whew. That will be 18 damage.
Very nice. Okay.
That rogue sneak attack really coming in handy.
How's she looking, by the way?
She looks annoyed.
Fine.
And I will,
yeah, I think she's fine.
I will continue to flank around and I'll yell, "Your money or your life, Empire swine."
Roll me a performance check.
18. 17 plus 1.
She rolled a natural 19 on her insight against you. So she does
Yeah.
not appear to be bothered by you.
She has a negative in her wisdom.
You have the power within you to make it true, Harper. But I passed her.
I use my truth to have all enemies against them have a negative in their wisdom.
No. So, up next is the unsurprised Annabelle. And what she will do is she's in the middle of spike growth. She has to move 20 feet to get out of it. how close were you all following behind her?
I was in
behind-
between the two soldiers.
Yeah,
So-
I would imagine that me and Connie specifically are probably at the back of all of the soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not close to her.
So-
Fuck that shit.
So,
No, no.
however they're arranged, there's probably 2 soldiers in between us and her.
So
Well,
you're
I'm
probably a
most
good
likely-
40 feet away from her,
Yeah.
is what I'm hearing.
I'm
good.
the one that's most likely closest.
You are closest to her, yes.
You don't need to leave it 20 feet if she
And
just hit something.
seeing that Keon has made an aggressive motion, she says, "I thought so!" And she will sprint towards Keon and
Ooh,
throw her she will throw her hand out in the direction of Ren. And let's see. Ren, does a 26 hit your AC?
holy shit!
Well, surprise, surprise, it does.
Okay. In that case, you have to get enough dice for this. Okay.
Or do you want to hear the DM say?
You feel chill run from your top of your head down to your spine, and you feel gutted as you take 17 necrotic damage.
Alright. That don't feel great.
And she will sprint the 20 feet across the spike growth toward Keon. How much damage does she take from that?
8d4.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that.
Sprinting 20 feet.
That,
Oh, yeah. Never mind,
that's
She'd be slower because it's difficult terrain, right?
that's only 17.
Or issues?
Right.
17 damage, huh?
It is difficult terrain, though.
I'm aware.
Right.
It might not be for her.
It's
But-
a 20-foot radius. Oh no, she's in the dead center. Never mind.
Yeah, that's why I-
Stupid dummy fucker.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
stupid.
No, you're cute and
She sprints
amazing.
she sprints the 20 feet to the edge of the circle, and takes the damage, looks more irritated than anything, and she is going to swing with her great sword down at Keon.
Fun.
John.
Oh, so wait, hold on. So she moved 5 feet within my range, right?
She did.
I'm gonna attack her.
Go for it.
At the edge of the spike grove.
Defensive.
That is going to be an 18 to hit.
That will hit her AC.
Oh my god, I'm
It's the magic
I'm
number.
going to expend a superiority die to disarm her.
Okay.
She has to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Holy shit. Yeah.
That would be a 22.
Fuck, I don't care. That is going to be, why can't I math?
What plus what?
God, it's gonna be 19 damage.
19 damage. All right. Okay, so you swing at her, and she snarls in your face. This is the first emotion you have seen her show.
It's not. I'm
And-
gonna back. Jeez.
And she with all of her momentum, brings her great sword to slash it down on top of you. And that is a natural 20.
Harper, you're gonna crit on me. Really?
The dice do what the dice do, AJ. I'm sorry.
Too late to apologize.
The good news is this is her bonus action, so she can't do anything but hit you. So she will deal with the one hit, you take 24 damage.
That's 20-something. All right.
Oh man, almost half my life. It's
Someone
fine.
took negative con.
That's a good 41 damage in a single turn.
Yep.
Next
How
up,
How is she looking?
Annoyed.
honestly.
Damage-wise, she
Um,
looked like it hurt at
Well,
all.
it is your turn, so you can go ahead and try to make a perception check to see how damaged she looks.
Will that expend?
That will not expend your action.
Thank God. It's not going to expend my bonus action either.
Nope. You are just looking to assess to see how hurt does she look.
So that'll be a 16.
I mean, she has definitely taken some hits, but she doesn't look like they're impacting her. Like, she doesn't appear to... Usually people will emote in some way when they take pain. She has not. She has taken each bit of pain dead-faced. The only emotion she has shown is when she is swinging out at Keon.
Okay.
So she does not have anything in her affect that would suggest that she is hurt at all.
Okay, there's something not right with this woman. As a bonus action, I would like to cast... It's so weird playing a cleric again. I would like to cast Spiritual Weapon.
All right.
I guess... Oh, the range is 60 feet. I can cast it right next to her.
Perfect. All right. Yes, you are 40 feet away from her.
Yeah.
What
okay,
level would you like to cast your spiritual weapon at?
I'm just going to cast it at 2nd level.
Okay.
And I would like it to fucking hit... Blah!
All right. Go ahead and make a melee spell attack.
Okay. I would like it to look like my own.
So it looks like a warhammer that is glowing silver with the symbol of the waxing gibbous moon on the side.
Yeah, she draws her finger across and just snaps it.
Mm-hmm.
Then make the... Okay. Yeah, 17?
A 17 will just hit.
Okay, 17's the max number, everyone! 17! Sorry.
What is your damage roll for her?
There's a 1d8 plus 5. Which one of you will not stab me in the back, you fuckers?
Girl, hit her there. It's a 17.
So that was a 10 damage with the spiritual weapon.
All right.
That's my bonus action. Is she still in the spike growth, or
She is at the very edge of it.
I would like to. I can't do 2 big spells at the same time, so let's do Toll the Dead.
Okay.
So she has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
All right. And that is a natural 17 on the dice.
Fuck. Nope. So nothing happens. I don't think she even takes half damage.
From a cantrip, no.
No.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Can I step behind a tree?
You won't be able to hide behind it, but you can certainly get maybe half cover.
Yeah, I just want to kind of get cover, especially from the bowman.
Sure.
And
yeah. We'll
also-
say you have half cover.
Also, Miss Spelly hands there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
All right.
I think that's all I can do. I guess I'll pull out my warhammer and my shield on one arm, just like wait.
Okay. And then all of the people with bows and swords are collecting themselves at the moment. So it is the wolves' turn. What are they
Right.
doing?
Well, we got two of them are costing one feller. If my directions are heated, two of them will then go after Annabelle, and the other two are flanking around the other side to get the other bowman.
All right. Go ahead and roll me an animal handling check to see how well your instructions are heeded, Ren.
That's an 18. Not my best.
Okay. So they do seem to have understood your directions of go for the ones in the big metal suits. So they are attacking the soldiers that you have pointed them towards. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
So we're gonna roll the two for the one that's near Keon first.
Okay.
First attack's a 14.
That'll miss.
And the other wolf rolled an 18.
That'll just hit.
All right, good job, mother. So the soldier takes 5 piercing damage, but they must succeed on a strength save or be knocked prone.
Okay.
That's Annabelle, right?
That is a total of 14.
That succeeds.
Okay.
No, this is the soldier near you.
You
Not
took
the one
how
you
much-
attacked, the other one.
You took how much damage?
It was
5.
5 piercing damage. Okay.
I guess these two will roll against Annabelle now.
All right.
Oh, that's definitely not going to hit with a 10.
Nope.
And the other one rolled a 22.
That will hit.
Hey! Good job, Wolfie.
And I rolled minimum damage at 4.
Okay.
Still hit.
But now Annabelle needs to make a strength save that I'm assuming she will pass.
Something's got to be your dump stab.
That is
Bold.
a 9 on the dice, which is a total of 16.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
in that case,
Strong as me. Nope,
In that
she's stronger
case-
than me.
no need to worry unless she rolls a 3.
Okay.
And then there are 2 more wolves attacking on the other side.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's a 15 to hit again. And then another unnatural 20.
The 20 will hit.
Okay. That soldier takes 9 and needs to make a strength save.
All right. That is 2 on the dice. So,
Yes. That soldier is knocked prone then.
all right. And how much damage was that?
9.
Okay. All right. After the wolves move, it is now Maltion's turn.
Oh God! Finally, God bless.
Woo! Welcome to the party.
We did it. With my. So how much distance is in between Annabelle and? If I wanted to make something a 20-foot circle,
Mm-hmm.
how many people could I get in that circle, including Annabelle, without being one of my compatriots?
Is 25 is 20 the radius or the diameter?
25 is the diameter.
You could get
Oh, wait. It's the diameter, sorry.
it's the diameter. You could get, if you were careful about angles, Annabelle and one of the swordsmen, the one who's currently in the spike growth.
Just one. And how many totals of the soldiers are there?
There are 5 soldiers.
Do I focus on the trash cleanup, or do we try to... I feel like we're not going to be able to focus fire this chick. I think we need to get rid of her support first. Or she's going to run through us. No, fuck that. That's not what Multion would do. I am going to, with my action, I'm going to cast Mind Sliver on Annabelle.
Okay.
And I'll spend 3 sorcery points so she makes the intelligence saving throw at disadvantage.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, and it's an intelligence saving throw. Where she will take 2d6 psychic damage and subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw she makes before the end of my turn.
Okay. Let me see something here. Okay. So she makes it a disadvantage, you say?
Yes, because I am heightening the spell.
So for intelligence, that is a 16 total.
6. She meets it, she beats it. That is unfortunate.
Is there
and
a cost to succeeding?
No, it's a cantrip, so.
Okay.
Then with my bonus action, I am going to spend 4 sorcery points. And I am going to quicken cast Chaos Bolt at 4th level.
Okay.
And I am going to aim it at her and hope that it forks. Because I would love to hit more than one person with this, but you know, we'll see. Roll to hit first. 20. Here she is. That's a 19 on the die, plus 8, so 27 to hit.
That will hit.
Cool. And this is 4th level, so it's 2d8 and 4d6. 6. There you go. Okay. Hold on. Wait. I need to take a picture. I need to take a picture of it. I got a 7, so this is psychic damage.
Okay.
It doesn't fork, unfortunately. And Harper, I rolled 3 6s out of that 4d6.
Oh no!
Roll those dice again. Those dice have exploded.
Okay.
Oh no!
Wait, hold on. Too many things. I'll save that picture and post it later. 18 plus 2 is 20, plus 7 plus 4 is 11. So that's 31, and then these 3 explode. They only explode on a 6, right?
They only explode on a 6.
Okay, it doesn't explode again, but that's another 12, 31. That's 43 points of damage. Chaos
Okay.
Bolt to the chest.
33, 31.
43.
All right. So she takes the hit in her chest and for the first time goes, "Ugh!" And you can see that as she lifts her head back up to glare directly at Maltion, there is blood dripping out of her nose. And does it fork?
It does not. I have to roll the same number on the d8s, and I got a 7 and a 4. So
Gotcha. All right then. Are you gonna be using your movement at all, Maltion?
yeah, I'll step away from her. She probably isn't gonna take kindly to that, I'd imagine. So
Okay.
just gonna.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm about to lay hands her.
Next up is Jade.
All right. Well, now, so battle positions have shifted a bit, I imagine. So, is it still the same? Like, I could draw a line between maybe 2 or 3 of them, or has that changed at all with some of them being on the ground? She'll drop back out of the tree if she needs to for the movement.
You can still hit 2 of them.
2.
The
Okay.
wolves are kind of getting in the way of you hitting all 3 in line, but you can hit 2 of them in a line.
Okay. In that case, Jade will. Does she need to be on the ground for that, or can she stay in the air for it?
You, I would say, can stay in the air for it.
All right. Then Jade appears to do nothing. But magic occurs. And by magic occurs, I mean
Okay. Go ahead and roll for that. Is that a saving throw or is that a roll to hit?
that's a
Dex save.
dex saving throw.
A dex saving throw from these 2 soldiers. All right. That is a natural 19 for one and a natural 5 for the other.
So one makes it, the other
Just the limit.
doesn't.
Hmm.
So, oh shoot, that's right. I forgot about that. Hold on, I have to do this differently.
Okay.
So I didn't take into account something. Hold on. Oh, actually, I might need to. Actually, let's step away real quick. Anyway,
Go ahead.
be right back. One soldier takes. Hold on. Math. The soldier who succeeded takes 18, unless he has special resistance for lightning. The one who doesn't takes 37.
Okay. So, you are doing
Do
this by
nothing.
leveling your bow at them and then shooting a lightning bolt, correct?
Essentially, yes. There's like she's getting ready to take a shot, and then something, and then lightning. I don't know where that came from.
Okay. So you level your bow at them, and then a lightning bolt appears. And one of them manages to dodge out of the way, but his comrade who was behind him did not see it coming and took it directly to the chest into his metal armor. And he appears to be fried and barely standing.
He needs to learn how to redirect away from the heart, not directly.
He's got to work on his energy.
And Jade, that was your action. Would you like a bonus action?
I don't think I have any bonus actions to use, so she's just going to be very confused and line up a shot with the crossbow.
Okay. Keon, it is your turn.
All right. So, question:
Yes.
when does Action Surge activate? When can I activate Action Surge?
You can activate Action Surge during after you take your action during your turn.
All right, cool. No, I'm just because it never says it's like using your bonus.
Yeah, it doesn't cost your bonus action, but it does not give you another bonus.
You now get to take 2 actions and a
Yep.
bonus action.
I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna hit Annabelle for 4 times in a row.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me some checks to see if they hit.
That's gonna be an 18.
An 18 will hit.
I'm gonna just roll all the attacks right now. That's gonna be 22.
That will hit.
That's gonna be a 17,
Okay.
and that's gonna be 21.
All 4 attacks will hit.
Cool. I'm going to I'm gonna just use up all my maneuvers as well. I've already used 2.
Mm-hmm. You've used menacing and you've used disarming.
Yes. So I'm gonna try to do that again. I'm gonna menace her because she dared snarled at me.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be. So she has to make a wisdom save.
Okay. That is a 16.
Yeah, she managed it. That's gonna be 19 damage so far. I'm gonna do another one for disarming.
Okay.
So she has to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. She rolled a 9 on the dice, so that is a 16.
God damn it! She matched it again. Then. I have one more superiority die. I should save it. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it just in case she tries to freaking crit on me again. So that's gonna be 15 damage. And then 12 damage for a total of 63 damage.
For all 4 of your attacks.
For all 4 of my attacks, 63 damage in total, and I am going to second wind.
Okay, as your bonus action. Gotcha.
Yes.
Go ahead and regain your hit points.
Because I need those hit points badly. So that's gonna be 15 back.
Okay, pretty good.
Soonish heads up, D.
Ren,
What?
you are up.
Soonish heads up.
All right. Seeing that this ain't going
She's
well,
still standing.
Yes,
I'm
she
gonna
is.
2 arrows directly at well, I'll loose one first, see if that manages to strike. That's not gonna. That's a 13.
No.
And we'll go again. You know what? I'm gonna choose a different die. That's an 11. I rolled an nat 2. Right.
Well, hail.
Well, hell indeed.
All right, so you lose 2 arrows and both go wide.
Then I will move my additional feet to be continuing to flank around between where the soldiers are and where Connie and Multion are behind me, and I will sling away my bow for now. I can pull it out if need be. While my hand's free.
Okay. It is now Annabelle's turn. And Annabelle, having locked onto Multion,
And that's
He's
just
going
me
to-
just hammering on hey, listen to me.
She is
Listen to me.
aware that you have swung at her.
Oh wait! Oh no, she didn't.
Yes,
Alright, I thought she failed Mind Sliver. She did not.
she did not. High bonuses to saving throws this lady has.
Apparently.
Why not? Annabelle is staring directly at you. She is locked onto your position.
Do I have something on my face?
And she is going to take her great sword and draw it across the back of her hand. Ah! And as she does, you feel yourself start to seize up. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Excuse me?
The thing is, I know so much about this, and I know what is happening. And yeah, strength saves not getting it.
And she will take 5 self-inflicted damage.
No.
Okay. So, because this is amplified, Multion, until, for the next, I believe it is minute, you are bound.
Yep.
Your speed is reduced to 0. You cannot use reactions. At the end of your turn, you can make another strength saving throw. On a success, it will end.
Is she a blood hunter?
She has certainly just appeared to have used her own blood to put some kind of curse over Multion. And you can see she reaches... You, Keon, standing right next to her, can see that she drags the blood across... She drags her greatsword across her hand, and as the blood drips down, she glares at Multion, and her eyes, which before were just plain brown, have now taken on a blood red tint to them, and the veins in her eyes are starting to show. And Multion, you cannot move.
Oh, this makes sense of why I felt disgusted around you.
And then she will turn and she will wail on you, Keon, with both of her greatsword attacks.
Mm.
The first is going to be a total of 20 to hit. With a 12 on the die. The second
I don't like it.
is going to be a total of 17 to hit with a 9 on the die.
Damn it.
Take it both hit.
Yeah.
Okay. The first greatsword swing does 11 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And the second... Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I need to do math real quick.
Don't worry, I have a plan.
Yeah, so
That's
11
probably-
on the first swing and only 9 on the second swing.
Okay, not as bad as the first thing.
How are you looking, Keon?
Oh, I'm below half, but it's, not as... It wasn't as bad as that first swing that she did at me, so,
It is now Connie's turn. And I will say that she will use this time to step fully out of the spike growth.
Cool.
And she is standing in between Keon and Maltion.
I was standing in between Keon and Maltion. That's where I moved to.
Well then, so basically she is standing in between Keon and Ren. She has not left your reach, Keon. She's still within 5 feet of you.
Cool.
She's
I
just
don't
to
have
the
my...
side.
I don't
Is
have
there
my
a-
thing up, so...
And Connie, it
Really?
was your turn.
Yeah, is there a way I can get Keon within 30 feet of me and also not be close to Annabelle?
Define close to Annabelle.
Melee range.
As far as you can tell, she's wielding a greatsword. And you are currently 40 feet away from Keon.
I'll move 10 feet forward towards Keon.
Okay.
Is there... So this thing I'm about to do is a 30-foot radius. How many people that are friendly to me can I... Because I think if I'm reading this spell correctly, each non-hostile creature in the area, so non-hostile to me,
Mhm.
which would be my companions, is as long as they're in a 30-foot aura, 30-foot space of me, get hit by the spell.
So you would be able to hit everyone but Jade.
Cool. I will cast Aura of Life.
Okay.
Life-preserving energy radiates from me in an aura within 30-foot radius. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with me, centered on me. Each non-hostile creature in the area, including myself, has resistance to necrotic damage, and its hit point maximum cannot be reduced. In addition, non-hostile living creatures regain 1 hit point when it starts its turn in the area with 0 hit points.
Okay.
If I'm reading that correctly, they can't... Does that mean they just can't take damage?
No, they can take damage, but if we're at 0 when our turn starts, we gain a hit point.
Oh,
Mhm.
your hit point maximum can't be reduced.
So that means that
Yeah.
you can take damage, but there are spells that will
That will
reduce
reduce
your maximum total hit points.
I see. In that case, why don't we...
I mean, I appreciate that. I'm okay with you
Yeah,
not changing
I'm
that.
also okay with that.
That
Just
is,
in
that
case.
is my 4th level spell. Is the thing.
I'm okay
It's
with
up to
that
you.
because if she hits me, and she hits me hard,
You know what?
and I
That's
go
fair.
down, I
I'll
just
do-
can come back up.
Then I will do Aura of Life. That is my action. As my bonus action, can I move my spiritual weapon close to her and try and hit her again?
She has moved 20 feet since the spiritual weapon, so yeah, you can get the spiritual weapon up right next to her.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead and
want
make
it
a
to
melee
be...
spell attack.
Can I space it between myself and her? Like, I want it in front of me.
So you basically put it in between Ren and her, because Ren is between
Yes.
you and her.
Yeah, yes, it's in between Ren and her.
Okay.
Oh, God. Why did you move closer to her, Ren? Or why did she move closer to Ren? No! Okay. No, that won't be enough. Right? No, 8 plus 13. What's 8 plus 13?
That is
21.
21. That'll hit.
Oh, God bless it. God bless it. Ooh, okay. That is 12 damage.
Okay.
Okay,
She takes 12.
Okay.
The
don't
only
like that.
wounds that have appeared to actually hurt her thus far are her nosebleed and the damage she dealt across her
don't.
own hand.
I don't like that at all.
I have a question. With
Sure.
with a proficiency with medicine,
Mm-hmm.
even though she herself is visually not showing pain, is there a way I can like know how much?
Make
abuse
a
her-
quick medicine check, just at
Yeah,
a
I'm-
glance, seeing if she's injured.
Yeah, I'm trying to like gauge whether the abuse her body has taken is like just not leaving an impact on her, or if there's like something mitigating it. 8 plus 16 is
24.
24.
24.
So you can tell that she is getting hurt. Her body is taking punishment. She is
Okay.
just ignoring it.
Okay, that is good to know. Jesus, we dealt so much damage to her. Oh
Yeah.
God. Is there a way for me to duck behind a tree while also
You
keeping
can get the
Keon
half
in my-
cover again. Yeah.
Yes, I would like to just keep everyone in that radius that I can.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
My turn.
All right. So next up, it is our lovely soldier's turn. It's the first time they've gotten to move this combat. So the one who has been basically fried within his own armor looks up where the lightning bolt came, sees Jade, and will try to shoot at her.
Does this soldier have wolves adjacent to them?
This one does not.
Oh, shame.
Yeah, none of the soldiers have even gone down yet, have they?
Huh. That's a natural 2 on the die, so he's gonna miss. And he will take another shot at you. And a natural 8 will miss.
Correct.
Okay. His companion
I
next
still
to
got
him.
fighter levels, y'all.
Mm-hmm. His companion next to him, who also got fairly fried by the lightning. I assume a natural 16 will hit you.
A 16. Well, I
A
mean,
natural
I believe it.
16. So
A-
the total
So,
is...
so there's plus that. Okay, yes. Then yes, definitely.
Yes, the total is 17.
Yes, will hit.
Okay. So that
Because I
will
think it already
deal-
counts my fighter thing. So yeah.
That'll deal a grand total of 3 damage to you, 3 piercing.
Ow!
And he'll
Rude.
shoot at you again.
Rude. What did I do?
And will a 15 hit?
No.
No, okay, so 4 arrows, 1 has hit. The third bowman, who has been knocked prone by the wolves, will drop his bow and stand up from prone with a sword and swing once at each wolf.
Hey now. That's rude.
Is he swinging at disadvantage?
No.
No.
Only ranged attacks adjacent to an enemy are at disadvantage.
Gotcha, okay. So, against the first wolf, that is a 17 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And against the second wolf, that is a 10 to hit.
The second one doesn't hit. So Harper, who's your least favorite wolf?
Which 2 are attacking him?
We'll say this is Mother and Hunter.
So it's probably Hunter that gets hit. And he is dealing this damage two-handed. So, Hunter takes 11 slashing damage.
Hunter's gone.
Okay, Hunter dies.
Hunter's dead. I can't healing word, Hunter.
If you healing word an NPC wolf,
Hey,
we
are
will
the
have problems.
Hey, are the wolves within your range of vitality? They'll come back up.
They are not.
Oh.
Also, you know, they're not.
They are wolves,
fainting
they
like
die.
We do. Yeah.
Next up is one of the swordsmen who is adjacent to you, Keon. You have several of them. You actually have two of them and her. They were just all surprised last turn. Well, I should say they're within your range. They'll take a step. The first one will take a step toward you and swing at you twice.
Aren't the wolves in between Keon and the soldiers?
For one of them, yes. So,
Ah.
good point. So one of them, the one who does not have the wolves, will step toward you and take 2 swings at you. I'm assuming a natural 5 misses, but a natural 18. Okay.
Yeah.
And they are only doing these one-handed, because they are holding shields. So, this is going to do... Math. 5 slashing damage.
Okay.
The second one is preoccupied by the wolves next to it and will attempt to swing out at the 2 wolves that it's by. And that is a 12 and a 9.
Both misses.
Okay. He is preoccupied.
Singer and Tracker are okay.
Next up are the wolves. So you have 5 wolves to swing with. 4 of whom are in the cluster with Keon and Annabelle and the soldiers, one of whom is next to the 3 people with bows attacking Jade.
We'll do the one that's solo first. Mother will go after the soldier that is very, very injured.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Mother. 18 plus whatever.
That'll hit. And I will save you the damage. Mother rips open his throat.
Yeah, take revenge. Then we'll do Chief and Digger, who are still attacking Annabelle.
Okay.
That's a nat 20 for Chief.
Well, Chief will hit.
So that's... Okay, that's 10 plus 2. That's 12 damage from Chief.
All right.
And then strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Yeah, that's gonna be a 22.
Okay. Digger will hit an 18.
Okay.
And that'll be 8 more damage.
Okay.
And then we have 2 more wolves attacking the swordsman. Singer and Tracker will attack the one that just tried to hit them.
Okay.
That's a 19 and a unnatural 20. The wolves are rolling very well. Better than Red is.
Clearly.
Okay, so that's 3. That's 5 for the first hit and 4 for the second. So that's 9 to that soldier.
All right. That soldier's looking pretty close to Al. Like he's quite hurt.
All right. That's the wolves.
All right. Maltion, you're up.
Oh, we made it, Reddit.
Oh, I'm sorry. That soldier needs to make 2 more saves. Sorry.
Okay.
For this round, right?
A natural 15 on the first, natural 1 on the second. He is knocked prone.
Fuck him up.
I will.
Hey, AD, you have a save to make, right?
Oh, she just need to make 2
No,
strength
it's
saving
at the
throws.
end
At the end of
Right?
End of turn. Okay.
And the second strength saving throw is a total of 19.
Yeah, they're fine.
I will use my bonus action, and I will turn a level 3 spell slots into 3 spell points.
Okay.
And then I will cast. Sure, let's do it. I'll try and draw in from the whispers of the forest. And I am going to cast a heightened dissonant whispers on Annabelle.
Okay.
So that is a wisdom save at disadvantage.
Okay. die is
Speaking,
cocked.
she has to roll low at some point.
I'm taking a picture of her roll right now.
It's
I believe you.
it's
I'm just saying, statistically speaking.
She rolled a
Somewhat.
natural 19 and a natural 20.
That's a.
Then it's still half damage. So it's third level, normally first level spell, so it's 66.
Just checking, what gave it the disadvantage?
I spent sorcery points to make it heightened.
Gotcha, okay.
4, 6. Learn how to count deep, Jesus. Oh, actually, you know what? She didn't roll a 19 and a 20, because I would like to bend her luck a little bit.
Okay. We'll go ahead and make
Yeah.
that roll at disadvantage. She rolled a natural 6 and a natural 7. She will fail. As that is happening, I need you to add 1. What is your total right now?
My total what? 1, I believe.
That's your first time using it? Yes, okay.
Yeah.
So, rolling the D100. It's a 65.
That was a thick sound.
That's a solid metal D100.
I
Okay.
know, it just don't.
So,
That'll do.
with a total of 7, she will fail.
Cool. So she's going to take 6d6 psychic damage, and she must immediately use her reaction to move as far away from me as possible.
Okay.
As she is like clearly locked in on me, I
That's
lock
back to the
in.
spike growth.
Well, it says that the creature doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground, so she would probably go around. But as she locks eyes with me, Maltian just wants to lock eyes back with her and start whispering to her, psionically essentially, and saying, "Do you hear it? The screams of everyone who's died in this forest. Allow me to share with you." And that's when the whispers start coming from the trees to deal. God damn it, I dropped one. Got it. It's 1 explosion, so 6. 30 points of psychic damage.
Okay. And you whisper to her, and you almost hear the voices of the trees joining you in your whispers. And you see as she grabs the side of her head and glares up at you again, and you see blood starts to leak out of both nostrils and her ears and her eyes as the veins in her eyes burst, and she tries to move toward you and collapses.
She finally down.
She is down on the ground.
Is she dead?
Double tap.
Yes, I'm gonna go chop her head off.
And then I don't actually think that Blood Curse of Binding is concentration. I don't have it open if you want to double check, but I don't think it is. Yeah.
It lasts
So
for 1 minute,
will-
but I do believe that blood curses drop.
No.
When
Well,
you...
that's what I was asking. If it was concentration.
Let me check and see, because it is a magical effect, and I believe that the magical effect ends when you die, regardless if it's concentration or not.
I see. I know sometimes blood sorcerers are a little different because of so curse themed. It has to do with like
Mm-hmm.
the person rather than whoever put it on them, but I cannot remember off the top
So,
of my head.
No, you are bound.
Yeah, okay, that's what
One
I
of
thought.
her last actions was to bind you with her own blood.
And I get a strength save at the end of every turn,
Yes.
or it lasts for a minute.
Advantage.
Why?
At advantage.
You are rolling this at advantage.
Cool.
I'll roll a D100 for you, Alicia.
I rolled a 5 and a 6.
That is a 47.
Okay.
Okay. You do not save.
Nope.
You still cannot move. And now it is Jade's turn. You
Well,
still
hey.
have 4 soldiers up.
I sure do. Well, sometimes children go into were they all pretty much still in their previous positions though from when I shot
Yeah,
them
they
the
have
first
been
time?
standing there and shooting at you. They have not moved. Except for the one who is currently being attacked by wolves.
Okay, so Jade will cause so they see Jade sees them, and Jade kind of raises her bow, winks at them, and another bolt of lightning comes out of nowhere. It's weird.
Okay.
It's weird how that keeps happening.
So they will both make their dexterity saving throws.
Hey, they lied. They said lightning won't strike twice.
It's a weird thing.
That's a natural 4 and a natural 1.
Ooh, those
Their
will both
dex
fail.
saves.
Yeah,
Bless their
R.I.P.
little chump hearts.
So that will be for a total of 30. They both failed, so this time 34 for both of them.
So this time you do actually manage to cook them inside their suits of armor. You shoot the bolt of lightning, it passes through one, passes through the other, and they both fall to the ground looking very burnt.
It's so weird how that keeps happening. I don't know what is.
Alright. Keon, you are up. There are still 2 swordsmen next to you, one of whom is prone on the ground.
Cool. I'm gonna make sure she's dead.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit her.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Where's my dice? Alright. That is a 24.
Alright, and she is a prone body on the ground, so that hits.
Okay. Rolling damage. That's gonna be 13 damage.
Alright, so you raise your warhammer and swing it directly downward, and you actually see her breastplate buckle inward. And you can tell that you have broken through the bones of her chest and speared through, and her chest is now concave.
Cool, I don't think she's gonna move for a while. Then I'm gonna swing at the guy that swung at me.
Okay. They did both swing at you. Do you want the one that's on the ground or the one that's up and fighting?
Oh, I thought the other one... Oh, yeah. I thought the other one...
Oh no, the other one swung at the wolf. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I know which one you're swinging at. Go ahead.
Hooah. That's gonna be a clean 18.
That just hits, Stacey.
Do I want to make him... Yeah, sure. Okay. Question.
Sure.
Do I use a bonus action or it's a free action to drink a potion?
It is a bonus action to drink a potion.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. I am going to use disarming attack
Okay.
to get rid of his shield.
Okay.
So he has to make a strength saving throw.
That's a total of 13.
Yeah, he drops his shield.
Okay.
And that will be 20 damage.
20 damage. So you swing your warhammer at him and you catch him just inside his guard, and not only do you rip his shield off, you appear to have broken his arm at the elbow.
Oh,
He's
that's
standing there,
fine.
he still has his sword up, but this arm is no longer usable.
Cool. Can I just like wink at him or something? I don't know. And then I'm going to drink a health potion.
Okay.
It's just a regular health potion, so I'm guessing it's just 2d4.
2d4 plus 4.
And I'm gonna use one of the dice I got in this little jar.
Alright.
It's the first time that I'm ever rolling them.
If only we knew some affiliated people with which we could get dice of some kind through how.
This, if only.
Hey, Milan, in the future, use the command for that.
I cannot roll it in the bottle because they will get stuck, as I have learned.
Alright, and Connie, as
Ooh,
Keon,
max health.
there you go, as Keon regains, I believe, 12 health, you are up. There are still
Don't
two
I go before
sword-
Connie?
You
Brenda
do,
does
thank you, I
number.
apologize. There are still two swordsmen up.
They're both adjacent to Keon, correct?
Yes, although one is prone.
Ren will, the bow is gone, quickly tie the hair back, pop the hat off, and pull the swords out from behind their back.
Okay.
And we'll go first for the one that just hit their new friend.
And those of you nearby, by which I think everyone but Jade being up in a tree, can see as Ren whips off the hat and ties back the hair, the telltale pointed ears.
And the right ear has a few cartilage piercings. First, that's definitely cocked. That will be a 16 for the first one, so that's a miss.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, are
Oh,
you
wait, no.
swinging at the one that is up or the one that is on the ground?
The one that just lost their shield.
That will just hit. Doesn't have a
Okay,
shield
and-
anymore.
I'm
Say
going to go ahead
thank
and
you.
expend a favorite. Thanks. I'll expend a favorite foe to add an additional d6 to this. Because I'm a rogue.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be 12 damage.
Okay. And you see the opening, see the dead arm on one side, and you right through his armor. And he dies while still on your blade.
I have 2 more attacks to do.
And
I
there is
will-
a man prone on the ground.
Loom over this individual, snarling, much like the wolves. And I'll choke out. The wolves can't understand me now, but they probably understand the term hunter.
Mm-hmm.
First attack. That'll be a 19, not a 20.
You're making these an advantage because he's prone, correct?
Yeah, I rolled a 17 and a 19.
Okay, a 19 will hit.
I'll use my last favorite foe to give me an additional d6 again.
Okay.
That's gonna be 14 damage.
14. And this one, you stab your blade directly downward, and you skewer his throat to the ground.
There are still some bowmen, correct?
No, Jade took care of those.
So that's the combat.
Jade
That's it.
didn't do anything. I don't know where that came from.
Uh-huh.
So, you all, there's a collective, almost simultaneous intake of breath. You've won.
Can someone chop off the witch's head before she like comes back
I mean,
alive or
I
something?
caved in her chest.
Well, I just
I'm gonna take her greatsword.
Ooh, can
Okay.
you use it to remove? I can do something. I just need her head.
I whistle to the wolves that they can just eat.
All right.
Well, let's loot the soldiers first, then the wolves.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah.
All right. As you search the soldiers, on the soldiers' bodies, you all can figure out how you're going to split this up. You find a collective 74 gold pieces. Each of them has a longsword, a standard shield, and a longbow.
I'll take the shield from one of them.
Okay. And on Annabelle's body, you find 100 gold pieces.
Ooh.
You find a very fine greatsword. And you also find some kind of stone. It's almost shaped like a river stone, but it's oddly... You hold it in your palm. Who's holding onto the stone? Who's searching her body?
Probably me. 'Cause I'm
Okay.
pretty
So
sure.
Keon, you hold this stone in your palm, and it almost feels like it's humming.
Can I focus in on this? Because I've been within her presence with it for longer than
10 minutes.
Before.
Go ahead and make your check.
that is an even 20.
All right. You can tell that this stone is humming with... You're not very schooled on this on the different schools of magic.
Mm-hmm.
You think that this might be evocation,
Okay.
but you're not sure.
Let's just go through all the items before I
Mhm.
yeah. So
Uh,
a very fine greatsword. What does that mean? Just
You
to-
can add greatsword +1 to your inventory.
Ooh,
Ooh,
yeah.
how identifiable is this greatsword, though? I don't think we should be walking around with a dead arbiter's fucking sword.
Oh, you know,
do-
I could just change
So,
it up if I want
her
to.
her chest piece, she did have a shield. She never pulled it out off of her back, but her chest piece, her shield, and the blade of her sword are all engraved with the symbol of the arbiters, which is the symbol of the scales.
If I may have the shield that Annabelle wielded.
Sure. Well, she never
Specifically?
wielded it, but it is on her back.
Where is it emblazoned on the sword?
It is engraved onto the blade.
I can like fill that out with like other metal.
You
You
certainly
can also
try
just
to.
wrap some leather around it.
No, but it's on the blade. That's gonna get
Not on the whole blade.
Keon, let's think about this reasonably. Are you really going to go to a forge with a weapon from the Empire that's clearly a finer make from one of their best soldiers? Some things you just gotta let go sometimes.
How heavy is a greatsword? Harper, I think you know what I'm thinking.
Take my freaking greatsword.
No, I'm not taking it from you. I'm holding on to it for you.
I know.
It is classified as heavy.
That's not helpful.
Your dress is incredible. One pocket could not possibly hold your warhammer and the greatsword.
But the other pocket could.
You might
If
be
it
able
was
to go
empty.
if it was empty. Is it empty?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is now.
That's how you know this is a fantasy game. A dress with pockets deep enough to hold things.
No.
Damn.
True.
All right.
Hmm.
So, Connie, do you take the greatsword and pop it in your pocket?
I'll ask first. Keon,
Oh
if
yeah,
you really want the sword,
kind of do.
I can hold on to it for you in a place that no one else is gonna find it.
Honey, that's
Okay.
not what that sheaf's for.
That's not what. What?
Never mind. What are you planning to do?
So Keon passes over
There
the
you
greatsword.
go!
So
There
Keon
it is!
passes over the greatsword,
I pass it over.
Connie's just gonna.
and so for the first time, you all see this very beautiful blue dress that is Connie's priestess's regalia. She takes a full greatsword and just slips it into the pocket.
Now that's something you don't see every day.
Straight
Thank-
path to saloon, huh?
You like the dress? It has pockets.
How can I get
want
one?
to tell while this is happening, I want to tell Ren to might want to send the wolves away for a second, and I'll melt down 2 second-level spell slots into a 4th level spell slot.
Before we all do anything drastic that might, do something, can I seed everyone's wounds first? And I pull out my healer's kit.
Can I see the
You first, big guy, and I point to Keon. You are
I'm fine.
You're bleeding everywhere, and I just, without really, I just begin binding, like, probably the ribs first.
Binding of Keon.
You may regain... I can roll this for you. How many hit dice do you have?
How many hit dice do I have?
Like, total.
I mean, if we're gonna level up, I mean, I don't know what I have 8, but right now I have 7. But I mean,
They're the
Okay.
worst people ever.
Thank
We
you.
really are.
So,
I mean, look.
7 or 8.
I have 7.
You regain 14 hit points.
Nice.
Anyone else needing anything?
Well, Ren, you look like you might need something.
I
Someone else go first, and I'll go. After my
I'm
thing.
gonna look at
I will also cure wounds,
the
Keon.
only 2 people that I've seen cast magic. For the only 3 people that I've seen cast magic. And hold out the stone. It's like, I don't really know magic. I think this is evocation. But it's humming and it's weird. And I'm gonna pass the
Jay, do you
rock
wanna-
to whoever wants to look at it.
If we hold on to it for an hour, I know we can sort of figure it out over time, but
I can do that.
have the wolves pretty much picked the corpses to their fill.
I would have asked them to kindly leave Annabella's for a moment. They're probably still feasting on the other 5.
I
crispy some of them.
Mm,
Maltia.
Maltiato will go. I told him, and I will cast summon aberration, sort of thinking to myself and to any spirits who may be watching. It won't be long, and I will bring Charlie through his ripping reality.
I
And-
use my channel divinity right now.
What, can you use your channel divinity right now?
When Maltion summons Charlie.
Tell you what, yes, and Maltion, what shape is Charlie taking?
Let me just check something real quick.
Sure thing. And which of your,
Channel divinity.
channel divinities do you like to use? Got it.
Twilight Sanctuary, where I can and a frightened effect on creatures that are within my space.
Okay.
Charlie is going to spawn in as I can't see what the actual fucking name of this thing is.
So your options are Beholderkin, Slod, or Star Spawn.
I'm trying to look up what a star spawn is.
Star spawn.
I can't find it for some reason.
Star spawn sounds
Star spawn.
A Star Spawn is creepy.
I'm pretty sure they're like worms or something, right?
No, so they are vaguely humanoid, but they're like all muscle tendons on the outside. They like don't have skin, and they're all like pale white, and they got spikes sticking out of them.
I see.
Star
Yes, I want him to appear as a star spawn and say, I've got your present. Eat the bones for me, will you?
What in the Sam hell is that?
Relax.
It's alright. It's just an
It's just
acquaintance.
gross.
So Charlie will grin the wide Cheshire grin, and without completely noiselessly, even on this forest floor that has pine needles and twigs, completely noiselessly crawl over on all fours to these bodies and begin devouring Annabelle.
I assume the wolves.
No. Wait. I
leave.
need her head. That's the only thing.
Charlie, take the top off.
Charlie will pull out claws and slash a messy cut across the neck. It's a very jagged, it's not clean. And he will roll it toward you. And then
Appreciate it, buddy. See,
hey,
he's cooperative.
I assume the wolves run off in fear at this thing.
Yeah, the wolves are gone. They've left their dead comrade.
Oh, Hunter. Sorry, Hunter.
how about we go ahead and feed that humming stone to Charlie there? I'm not a fan of it. I feel like nothing good's gonna come of it. Because I feel like perhaps it has a pair with the other arbiter that isn't here, and we should get rid of it immediately.
I'd actually like to
something
hold
from
on to it if that's all right.
I do not think that is a good idea. At all.
If it is really paired,
I mean, if
I'm
Ren
gonna come
wants-
looking for the pair,
I
right?
will say, Maltion and Jade can make an Arcana check right now.
I want to be like a stone with like fireball.
No, fuck you. I'm bending luck.
Okay. Add
Wow.
another number to your counter, and I'll roll a D100 for you.
The counter's currently at 2.
That's a 21.
Okay. Hey, that's much better. For Arcana, that's going to be a... Oh my god, why would you close your character sheet? You numptus promptus. Numptimus prime. That's you, fool.
Jade, what's your Arcana check?
23.
23. Okay.
Arcana is going to be a 23.
Okay, so both of you look at this, and you recognize this immediately from your studies. This is a sending stone. You know that they come paired.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Charlie. You want a magical rock? It's like sugar for him.
Man, just
Will
let
that
him have- just
Get rid of it?
probably.
At the very least, he'll hold it. Then he'll fuck off.
'Cause I'm
to his
thinking-
lane.
I hate to say this. If I take it, I could lead that other partner along on the
Not
web
a
chase.
good idea.
No,
No.
that sounds like a
Bad
Oh.
idea.
That's a terrible idea, Ren. Also, come here. She's going to put a second level cure wounds into Ren.
Just grab the arm.
Yeah, but like low, like near the wrist.
So I will
What's
chuck
the damage felt in the
Lucky
head?
Charms marshmallow at Charlie.
All right, so
Marshmallow.
Charlie, without
Charlie has a-
lifting his head from her chest, he is eating where the armor caved in, and there's now open blood and bone. You toss the stone without moving up his head. The arm will whip up and catch it, and he'll lift his head and swallow it whole.
Yeah, and the arm like rotates out of socket, like it rotates the wrong way when it goes to catch it.
Ew.
Mhm.
A plus.
Connie's gonna heal Ren for 15 hit points. She's like, grabs her the wrist, and she'll do a little on the hand. All better.
Thank you.
You alright?
Yep. Anyone else need healing? I've still got plenty of poultices and bandages.
Meh. I'm fine.
Multion's gonna start touching trees and just listening.
Well,
Oh,
should we bury these bodies a little bit?
That's why
I mean-
Charlie's here.
Charlie's
Charlie's-
just
Yeah.
eating them
Charlie's
alive.
just eating
I
them?
mean,
Alright.
eating them whole.
Alright, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to the body of Hunter,
Oh,
and-
yeah.
pick it up. Let's all go back to the commune. It's a tough night. We should get another rest, I think,
Yeah.
before
I hope Karen, your friend there.
hefted over one shoulder. I think I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Uh,
give him a nice burial.
I'll come with.
Charlie, eat all of it, and show yourself out when you're done.
Charlie will give you, like, from the ground, like, the wrist will rotate the wrong way to give you a thumbs up.
What a delightful kid, that Charlie.
Just
He's wonderful, isn't he?
Yeah.
Um,
And you all make your very uneventful walk back to the commune. And you can see in the central clearing in the commune, Sylvia and the elder you spoke with earlier are standing there, and they see you enter, and the elder says, "So I take it you are successful."
I hold up the shield.
We will sleep safer because of this.
they're probably not going to take too kindly, though, and knowing that an arbiter fell in this area would not be wise to stick around for long.
We have our own
Correct.
ways of hiding ourselves, but I thank you for your concern and for your help. We are in your debt.
Well, there's an easy way to settle that.
Hey, stop you.
I've been paid. I meant the rest of y'all.
How about a feast? We can certainly do that.
That
That
is
sounds
something we can definitely accomplish. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
Would you mind any meat you bring me? Could you blacken it?
Oh, my dear, we don't eat meat here.
Okay, that's
Well, Ren, I know I'm for one. I'm not gonna say this in front of the person who just said we don't eat meat here, but
Mhm.
Connie's gonna nudge Ren and quietly just go, "Well, I still eat meat. Do you?"
You thinking what I'm thinking?
I think so. Monty, I'll get you some meat. Don't worry about it.
We're doing a feast. First to bag 5. Can we
Sure.
carry 5? That's a better question.
It depends if 5 what.
We got stag, we got boar.
I think
Let's
5
see who can get more
boars.
boar.
Who can get more boar? Well, it's definitely gonna be me, Ren. I don't know what you're on about.
Jade's gonna lean over to Multion. This has got to be some of the oddest foreplay I've seen in a while.
It's not boring if that's what you're saying.
Alright,
Tusk,
well,
tusk, tusk.
And I'm assuming that Ren and Connie make their way out of the commune?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Well, at least
after
they're not
burying
talking about
Hunter.
salt sticks.
Okay. Bury Hunter and then make your way
Yeah.
out.
Yes.
Sorry,
Oh.
what about sticks?
They're not talking about salt sticks.
Yes.
So, Maltion,
No.
Jade, and Keon, what are you doing with this time until the feast?
Taking a nap.
Actually,
Taking
you know what?
fun nap.
Jane does need to pull Maltion aside. Yeah, like even just maybe a little back out into the forest or whatever.
Sure. What's up?
Look here, precious. You know, you can only bend things so far before something snaps.
So, is lightning bolt one of your favorite spells, or just a good choice at the time?
Did you see me cast a lightning bolt?
I saw Keon in front of me, Connie behind me, and all those mages get toasted. Is what I
Well,
saw.
you're a fine magic crafter yourself.
Indeed.
Bravo. I'm just warning you to be careful. Because when it breaks, there's nothing you can do.
I haven't decided to die yet, so I'm sure I'll be fine.
If you do die, pick a different way. She looks dead serious when she says that.
I'll keep that in mind, and I'll cast invisibility.
Okay. Keon, what are you up to?
I'm going. God dang sleep.
Okay, so you go.
I've been through a lot until I can eat.
Okay, so you go and you grab a nap. We'll call it a short rest. Connie and Ren. After Ren finishes burying the body, it is sundown. It is beginning to get dark. The sky is purpling above the trees, and you have walked a good distance away from the commune.
You're safe here. If you wanted to, And Ren will pull the hair back.
I think if there's any place I can do so, I'll be here. Funny with this same person it was before.
You haven't done it in all that time, have you?
Not on choice. Still happens with the cycle. Can't change who you are.
I have an idea.
Mm.
Now, we're still going to do our competition, but how about for the first hour or so we go together?
I think that's quite in. That sounds lovely, Ren. If you can keep up with me, that is.
Oh, I think you're going to be the one struggling.
1 second.
I think Maltion, just because I think Maltion is walking away from Jade through the forest because they're going to the ancient grove, and as they're walking,
We're not quite done with our scene yet.
I know I'm interjecting into their
Gotcha.
scene as
Okay.
as Maltion is walking by. They both just hear, "Why don't you remember we too did such things in our youth?" And just keeps going where he's going.
Okay. I think that sounds quite amiable. Connie's just gonna look around.
All right, and seeing no one, Connie, would you like me to describe what happens?
Yeah.
All right. So, Ren, you watch as your friend, much older than you last saw her and with many more cares, suddenly gets a familiar youthful glint in her eye that you are used to. And you watch as The dress starts to meld into her body, and her black hair turns a deep midnight blue that grows to cover her as she grows, and her face lengthens into a snout, and her arms lengthen, and you see claws come out, and a tail grows. And standing before you is a form that you find familiar, the 8-foot-tall werewolf form of Connie.
Now, there's one more thing I was wondering. Lean down. Ren will grab the side of the head and push foreheads against each other and try and cast Beast Sense.
Alright, what does Beast Sense do?
You touch a willing beast for the duration of the spell. You can use your action to see through the beast's eyes and hear what it hears, and continue to do so until you use your action to return your normal senses.
Can you turn yourself up a little bit, please, darling?
I do count as a beast in this world.
Alright, so you do cast Beast Sense, and you open your eyes, and you are looking down at yourself through Connie's eyes.
So, when Ren casts the spell, Connie can't see this, and technically neither can Ren, but there is a slight green reflective glint in the eyes when Ren is looking through.
Okay.
Ren is eyes closed. That's what that feels like. And then Ren will shift back to their senses and end the spell.
You've done some growing.
You have too.
Well, yes, I'm taller than most people right now. At 8 feet tall, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
That's, well, you always had a few heads on me in this form.
And I've gotten many heads in the time that I've last seen you.
Now, what does that mean?
I just have an arbiter's head in a bag right now.
Safe to say I've bagged a few myself, but not all of them have been for murder.
Cheeky as always, Ren. Well, first hour, I bet I can catch all of the... What is it again? Boar we're hunting?
Just a couple.
Just a couple?
Not every folk there only eats leaves. Sometimes you do need to cull a herd.
Of course. Connie will stretch her body and lean down on all fours and take off at a sprint.
Ren will follow rather quickly.
Alright, and that is where we will end our episode for tonight.
Bum, bum, bum!
What the heck, Connie? I'm supposed to be the tallest in the party.
Right, you're ruining the fan art.
And now I'm simultaneously the shortest in the party and the tallest in the party.
Your moon cleric is a werewolf. That's fucking sick. That's fucking sick.
You know what was funny is when you talked about Maltion and the reveal you did with Maltion because of the dark vision. Being the Twilight Domain cleric, perfectly masks the fact that Connie naturally can see in the dark despite looking like a human.
Like a human, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just works out that way, funnily enough.
That's fucking
Weird that.
sick, dude.
Alright,
That's
but
fucking
thank you
awesome.
so much to everyone for tuning into Hidden Magicks. Now is time when our beautiful, lovely, amazing, wonderful cast members get to talk about themselves. And as always, I will start by passing it to my right to Alicia.
Hey, I'm Alicia, Energy9 on Twitch, where I stream video games, curse a whole bunch, have snakes, good times. You can find me in a number of different places, and whenever I'm at a place, I always retweet it on my Twitter account. So at NNG98, go ahead and follow me there to find out where I am, where the puns will flow from. Woo! Pass it over to AJ. I'm sorry, down to AJ.
Hi, I'm AJ, also known as Husha Kid. You can find me on the 3 T's of social media: Twitch, TikTok, and Twitter as Husha_Kid. We have just finished up production of Witness to a Devouring Monster. Witness to a Devouring Monster is a magical realism and Filipino culture anthology film series that is POC and women led. Last time I checked, we were about a third funded, and we would still appreciate some funding. You can find the link to the GoFundMe in the bite size in my bio on my Twitter. On the first Wednesday of every month, you can find me on Misty Mountain Legends on Twitch at 7:30 p.m. EST, playing the cool bro cleric Dolph Fitzgerald. Soon enough, I think coming up soon, you can find me on the Fey Realm. Doing what? Who knows? Who knows? I'm gonna be doing something. And you can find me streaming on usually sometimes Mondays, sometimes Wednesdays, doing either Kids Table or Dub Club. Yeah. And I'm gonna pass it over to Milan.
Hello, I am, as mentioned, Milan. I was playing Ran, and yeah, this was. You can find me on Twitter as at MallardMan0523, on Twitch as MallardMan, no numbers. Once again, you can find me on Wednesdays at Dub Club, occasional Mondays on Kids Table, and I do stream from time to time myself. If we're announcing it, yes, on the Fey Realm, you will also be able to see me in a certain few things. Isn't that exciting? And that's all I have to announce for now. And I will pass it to the ever lovely Darby.
Hi, it's me. I've been playing Connie, the completely human cleric of Saloon. You can find me on Twitter as @TarbyPack. That's my real human name, but really I'm just a possum in a skin suit. You can also find me on the Critical Misses channel in Mondays on as Arabella Chestnut, in Kingsguard, a Roll20 sponsored game, Wednesdays in Pale Cold Sun as Minerva Noctua, Tremere Kindred, and on Fridays in System Crash playing who knows what in God knows where. You can also find me here on the Chaotic Pod Twitch channel, where I am one half of the Chaotic Pod squad, which is Harper and me, and also sometimes Milan. Yeah, you pop up on my stream sometimes. Relax.
Yeah, but I'm just. Yeah.
Yeah, you just my mind. I'm kidding. You can also find me on Chaotic Creations, a podcast where we take weird prompts and make weird TTRPG characters. And I think that's it. I'm also the community lead for the Fey Realms. You'll see me pop in a couple of the one shots that we're going to be running this month, if this comes out in April. It does. Yeah, but otherwise I'll be behind the scenes running all the gubbins and stuff. So with that, I'll just pass it up to D.
Oh, hello. I am D. I am a professional voice actor, streamer, musician, GM with the Emerald City Game Masters Guild, as well as the Magpie Curated Play program. On Mondays, also in Kingsguard, the Roll20 sponsored show, I play Ade Zuko. On Wednesdays, I am the master of ceremonies for the previously mentioned Under the Pale Cold Sun Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition Chronicle. I believe this comes out on the 9th of April. So that would mean the 11th of April. Okie dokie. Right. Sorry. So that means that next week, starting next Friday, you can catch me on the Fey Realms, where I will be running a masks campaign. So you can come drop in for some superhero shenanigans, and we can get all that fun stuff going. Outside of that, I also stream on my own personal channel. If you like my voice work, you can catch me in Woodsy Studios Crimson Spires, currently in Steam and soon to come to other platforms as well. And yeah, that's me. Guests are starting off strong because Ren was real cool.
Well, I'm sure it's only to go up from here.
Run is done. Who's next? You decide. No, you don't. You don't get to decide.
Not
We
at
already
all.
decided for you.
Wait, why?
Don't worry about it.
Bye.